Hello, Namaste, Salam Walaikum, Sasrikal. Welcome back to another session with your VahChef at VahRehVah.com. Today, I am going to show you one of my favorite dish. This is cooked with lamb or mutton. This is made with tender tamarind leaf and we call it Chintachiguru Mamsam. This wonderful dish you can only make in a particular month of April and May because the tamarind plant give these tender leaves only in the month of April and May. That is when all the people go and pluck these tender leaves. In fact, this leaf is available in the market during these months. And you can also buy bottled tender tamarind leaf. It is available all over US, in India also. So you can make this dish using that leaf also. To make this dish, just add 1 tablespoon of oil, half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, once the mustard seeds crackle, you can add another half a teaspoon of cumin seeds and then add whole garam masala. You can add cinnamon sticks, cloves and cardamom. Once these ingredients crackle, add chopped onion, add a pinch of turmeric. Do not add too much turmeric because the prominent color is going to be a little bit of green. You don't want to make this dish too much yellow, so add very little of turmeric. Then once these onions are kind of translucent, just add 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. Make sure that the ginger garlic paste is nicely cooked because you want to remove this raw flavor of ginger garlic paste. Okay. Then add 1 tablespoon of coconut powder. When this entire mixture is slightly colored, add the lamb. Now you can see this onions are nicely coated to the lamb, but this lamb is not cooked. So if you are cooking in the pressure cooker, just put the lid, you don't need to add any additional water. But if you are cooking in a pan like this, just add water. Then add salt, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder and 1 tablespoon of chili powder. If you want it a little bit less spicy, you can add little less of chili powder. And now cover this vessel with the lid so that it gets cooked. Cook it till the meat is tender. Then we are going to add the tender tamarind leaf. Right now in south of India, the temperature is more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and to cool down your body, we use tamarind in many forms. In fact, the tender leaf of tamarind is also considered to cool down your body. But I also read that the excessive consumption of tamarind leaf actually causes heat, and sometimes they tell pregnant women not to consume it. This tender tamarind leaf has a lot of good medicinal properties. In fact, in Philippines, they brew this tender tamarind leaf and they bring out the juices to give it to malaria patients. In fact, this has a lot of medicinal properties. And this leaf of tamarind is also used to make kind of dyes that is used in your garment and printing industry. The tamarind plant is considered to be 100% usable. The leaves, the fruit and even the branches. In fact, the big trunk of the tamarind plant is used to make furnitures, and even when you go to a meat shop, they use a big wooden chopping board that is from the tamarind. This tender tamarind leaf, the Chintachiguru, we use to make it many dishes. Especially we make it pickles, we make chutneys, and we also make nice lentils with this, and we call it Chintachiguru pappu. If you are from any other part of India, if you know any other dishes that you can make with this leaf, please send me the recipe and I will definitely make it on the show. Sometimes when they make this Chintachiguru Mamsam, people get tempted to add tomato to this dish. Do not do that, because if you add tomatoes and then add this tender tamarind leaf, you lose the real taste of this Chintachiguru Mamsam. It becomes like any other lamb curry in which you added Chintachiguru. Every dish has to have some uniqueness, and this dish we are going to make it a little bit dry. This dish goes extremely well with rice. You can also have it with pulka, chapati or even naan. After cooking for almost 45 minutes, in fact you are better off cooking in a pressure cooker if you can do it much faster. When the water is almost evaporated and the meat is 90% done, this is when you add the chopped coriander and mint. Make sure it is not too much, and then add the main ingredient, almost 1 cup here of tender tamarind leaf. Okay. This dish is going to be kind of dry, so we are going to let it cook without adding any additional water. We have to cook this tender tamarind leaf for at least 5 minutes. By the time this gets very well done. Now you can see all this moisture has evaporated, and you see this beautiful tender tamarind leaf is very well cooked, and it is very nicely sticking to this meat. See, whenever I make this tender tamarind leaf, I like the meat to be very small, because that's when the coating goes really good and it tastes even more better. Wow. There are some things that are really lickable, and certain dishes when you make, you want to really lick off the pan. This is one of those dishes. It is really tasty, and the sourness that gives a lot of body to this dish, and I'm sure you should try it, and it's one of the delicious dishes. I hope you have enjoyed to learn how to make this Chintachiguru Mamsam, tender tamarind leaves cooked with lamb, and I'm sure you're going to try it. But remember, VahRehVah is all about inspiring others to cook. So please post your recipes and cooking tips at vahrehvah.com so others can benefit from your great cooking. Thank you.